Well, Edward Snowden is back at it again, this time leaking some information about the big crypto plan. What's the tea? Let's find out. Welcome back to the Crypto Channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like and share. In today's video, we are going to understand a piece of information that has been leaked by Edward Snowden. We will also tell you a bit about who he is and what the crypto plan is that has now become a huge concern for everyone. What is the crypto plan and who is Edward Snowden? Probably many of you would have heard about the crypto plan and Edward Snowden already. Let's talk about Edward Snowden first. The main lead in a Hollywood movie goes rogue. An entire secret service of the government runs behind the lead to catch him or her. Consider this story to be on a similar line. There is a difference, of course. Edward Snowden had good intentions with what he did. Back in 2013, when he was working for the Central Intelligence Agency, or CIA, he came across a horrible truth. The agency and the government of the United States of America were keeping a very close eye on the citizens of the USA. To be a little dramatic, it would be right to say that the citizens were being spied on by their very own government. This caused distress to Edward Snowden. He raised this issue by following the chain of command. He first went to his superior, and then the next superior. When nothing worked in his favor, he left his job and settled in Russia. He then made every information and document public. This revealed every dark secret of the government. The USA government, to nobody's surprise, denied his claims. Edward Snowden was then charged with some serious crimes, including one related to stealing the property of the government and leaking secrets to other countries. Since then, he has been living his life in Russia as a permanent resident. What connects him to the world of crypto is his interest in digital currency. Being a tech geek, he could not resist being a part of the digital currency market. The crypto plan is very huge and a bit complicated to explain. It deals a lot with the economy. However, we will make it easier for you to understand. To start with, the prices of cryptocurrency depend heavily on a country's economic performance. This might make you think that if the country's economy is doing well, then cryptocurrency is definitely doing well. It's completely the opposite of this. The price of cryptocurrency increases only if the economy is either in bad shape or in a declining trend. This also connects the price of cryptocurrency to inflation. Higher the inflation, higher the price of cryptocurrency. The story starts from May 2020, when Joe Biden and his administration proposed to impose high taxes on billionaires and profitable companies. The intention was to make money in the form of taxes and spend it on developing the infrastructure of the country. Most of the taxes collected were planned to be invested in education, transport, and fighting climate change. The proposal was received well, except for one drawback. To increase domestic expenditure would ultimately require the government to pump more money into the economy. This would, later on, lead to high inflation. As stated before, the higher the inflation, the higher the price of cryptocurrency. The proposal is still in consideration, with many state leaders now calling it dead on arrival. There is another part of the plan. It started in March 2020, when the prices of cryptocurrency fell. They fell to an extent that many people thought was the end for cryptocurrency. It was definitely not the end. The drop in prices created a panic situation. Many investors and traders sold all of their holdings and cleared their portfolios. Some investors guessed this was to be a temporary situation. Their guess paid off when the market began going up after a few days. But how did this happen? Turned out that the market was allegedly manipulated by a group of investors who were looking to get back in the market at the lowest possible price. This manipulation was silent, but many manipulations were loud and clear. Elon Musk, for example, manipulates the prices simply by tweeting about them. This is an allegation that is yet to be proved, but people who are active in the cryptocurrency market say this with 100% certainty. It is also being said that the crypto market is bullish because it is mysterious. Many investors and traders still go by the rule that if the mystery is higher, then the risk is higher, and if the risk is higher, then the return would definitely be higher. Many people have understood this and have begun to invest immediately after the market drops. This has led to an increase in the entry of many new investors into the crypto market. This, in turn, is leading the matter to privacy and data security. The leak. It is now time to bring Edward Snowden back into the picture. He is well known for exposing the threats related to the privacy of common people. In the case of the cryptocurrency market, he was also the first one to acknowledge and report the concerns related to the privacy of investors and the security of their data. According to his claims, the U.S. government had kept every citizen under surveillance back in 2012. The action that the government is planning to take now would be something bigger. The transactions in the cryptocurrency market happen digitally. There is no give and take of cash. Reportedly, the U.S. government has plans to keep close surveillance on every banking transaction that would be related to cryptocurrency. One may call this a part of their plan to implement financial surveillance on the citizens. But this is not it. Edward Snowden raised the issue related to privacy and data security nearly 12 months ago. He appeared for an interview and talked about it in detail. He received several criticisms from people saying that he too was trying to manipulate the market. He remained silent for some time. After the criticisms became more frequent, he reacted to them with a series of tweets. In one of his tweets, he said that a basic financial system has a protocol. The cryptocurrency market did not have the protocol, and it was trying to impose a couple of steps that would make it difficult to keep the data secured. Edward Snowden suggested that one of the steps that were needed on an immediate basis was the purification. He highlighted the need to connect two users directly and increase the security of their transactions. All this ensuring that the personal data of a user remains safe too. In another tweet, he raised a concern saying that the privacy issue would also affect the developers of cryptocurrency. The majority of the developers have been successful to keep their identity private. The current flaw in their system would expose not just the flaw, but also who the developer is. As we progress into the digital world, NFT is yet another element that is on the rise. A brief about NFT is that it basically allows a user to own artwork in digital form. It can be transferred from one owner to another, and the original creator would have an option to earn his or her commission for every time the artwork is sold. NFTs would also be compromised. Any single flaw in the cryptocurrency market would mean a low reputation of the cryptocurrency itself. This would affect the sale and purchase of digital artwork, hence making it useless for everyone who owns it. The simple rule is that better privacy ensures higher fungibility, and higher fungibility makes cryptocurrency equivalent to real money. In this video, we reviewed what the crypto plan is and understood what was the important information that Edward Snowden leaked. Additionally, we went through the process of how the cryptocurrency market can be manipulated by a group of investors. We hope that the video was useful and informative. Like this video to stay motivated. If you want to see more about cryptocurrencies, then make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon. We will now meet in the next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy.